Welcome to Amine. Today we'll take a look at a problem which is called as contains duplicate. This is also a frequently asked interview question, although it is very simple, but when you look at the problem statement, it takes some time to think. So it can be done very easily, and when you see the solution, you would be like, this is very simple. So let us first start. You will be given an array which is numbers, and you need to return a value of true if any value appears at least twice, so 2 times or more, and return false if every element is unique. So for example, here 1 2 3 1 1 and 1 are duplicates, so we are returning true. For the example 2, none of the elements are duplicate, so it is false. And here in 3 there are some elements that are appearing more than one, so it is containing duplicates, so the output will be true. So let us take a look at how to do this problem. So this is the program I'm going to code in Python. So start with defining a class. So I'm defining a class because I want to do object oriented programming, and then I'm going to define a function which is called as contains duplicate and self, and then I'm going to do or give an argument which is the nums, which is a list of integers or an array. So for the first thing, what I'm going to do is I need to basically return a particular value. Now in this, numbers is the list of elements or list of integers, and it may contain the values that can be unique or duplicate. Now here there is a function which is called as length of array, which is len. So it gives the length of the array, length of an array. For example, if the array is 1 2 2 and 4, this would give the length of the array to be 4. But we want to also check whether this contains duplicates. So we know a data structure which is called as set, and a set can only contain unique elements. It does not store the duplicate values. So we can convert an array to a set just by doing a function called as set of numbers, and we can find the length of the set using the len function. So that would be len of set of numbers, and in that case, so this basically becomes set of 1 comma 2 comma 4, and when we find the length of this, it would be basically giving us 3, and we know that 4 is not equal to 3 here. So in such case, we can say that the numbers array, it contains duplicate. So that is the logic we are going to use, and that's why we are going to check for the length of the array. And if this length of the array is not equal to the length of the set conversion of this array, then it is basically containing duplicates. That is, the answer should be yes, it should return true value. So that's why checking for the not equal to sign. Now if we are checking for equal to sign and returning it, then what it would mean is when it is not containing the duplicate, it would return a true value. But here we are checking for not equal to, because we want to find out contains duplicate, and we want to return a true when there are 2 or more elements that are belonging to like same value. So this is I can name it as, this method is one liner, and it is also using hash set. Okay, And if we look at the time complexity of this, time complexity would be O of n, and also the space complexity is O of n, because it can range up to the n. N is the number of elements in numbers. Now I can create another function uh, for another method, and I will be calling it as contains duplicate 2. Again, it will same take the arguments of nums, and so this approach I can call it as hash set. In this, what I'll do is I'm going to usually find usually define the variable seen, which is equal to set. For num in numbers, I am going to iterate over the elements in nums. If that particular num value is in seen, then I am going to return the value of true. Okay, now if that number is not in seen, then what are we going to do is we are going to add that number to the set which is seen. So how do we add a number on an element to a set? It is seen dot add of number. And once we have iterated across all the elements of nums, and we have never seen that the element is already present in the set, then we need to proceed further and tell that it does not contain duplicates. So that's why we are going to return the false. So this is using the hash set, and the time complexity for this is also of the order of n, and the space complexity is also of the order of n. And let us define an object in order to check the execution if it is perfect or not. So my object, I am going to create an object for the class solution. Then let me create 3 arrays and solve this problem for the examples that has been given in the problem statement. So this is nums1, nums2, and this is nums3. Then we are going to print our values. So we are going to use this object to call the function and pass the argument of nums1. And the same way we are going to use the same object to call the function using other arguments. So that would be nums2 and nums3, and then we are going to use the second function, which is the hash set function. Okay, so this is our program. Let us run this. So for this we need to say true because it is containing the duplicates. The output for this should be false. The output for this should be true. And if you see, we get true, false, true, and using the second function it is true, false, true. So that's it. This is the program for contains duplicate using Python. It is one of the frequently asked interview question. If you are enjoying this video series, please comment on the video. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.